The other side of 35, just near Highland Mall, kind of where 290 and I-35 come together, it's a neighborhood called St. John's. I had driven, when I first moved here 13 years ago, I had driven past it on one side of 183, and I saw these kind of shack-looking houses, and I remember thinking, God, I'll never live there. And about 2 years later, I was looking for a house, and for 3 weeks, I looked at the most boring suburban neighborhoods the realtor would show me. And I thought, no, I don't want to live there, I'll never meet anybody, no, that looks boring, that looks boring. And one day the realtor said, hey, there's a duplex for sale in this St. John neighborhood. And I didn't even know what that was. And she said, you might want to buy it and invest. She figured white person invest, not live there, And it's a brown and black neighborhood. And so she showed it to me, and I fell in love with this duplex. They did a lot of work. I just fell in love with it. But what she didn't realize was St. John was, just because I'm white doesn't mean I'm rich. It was very much like the neighborhood I grew up in outside of Washington, D.C., which was a very mixed, diverse neighborhood, blue collar, low income. You'd have a nice house, a shack, this, St. John's was my neighborhood. And one thing I remember about my neighborhood was how friendly it was. That people really, really got out and knew each other. So I immediately said, yeah, I'm buying this house and I'm going to live here. And she was kind of shocked. And when I moved in, I had friends begging me not to move in there. So they said, you'll be killed, you'll be robbed, you'll be raped, I don't know, whatever. Everything will happen to you in St. John's. It's terrible. Nobody lives there. It's the most dangerous place. I think in 13 years of living there, I've had a lawnmower stolen. And I got it back 2 weeks later because I was actually driving my truck near Reagan High School and a guy was pushing my lawnmower down the sidewalk. And I pulled up to the corner, I said, hey, that's my lawnmower. And he looked at me and said, yeah, that's your lawnmower. And we loaded it in my truck and took it back to my house. And I said, you can borrow it whenever you need to. Just let me know. And that's one thing I've had stolen in 13 years in that neighborhood. So people's perceptions is it's a terrible place. But what I find is a really wonderful, friendly place.